Hello Leo and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Leo, let's jump in and see what we've got for you guys today. We're going to start with overall energy through oracle cards first, and then we'll dive deeper into the story with tarot as we progress. I also just want to let you guys know I've recently started posting daily general readings onto my Instagram and TikTok, so the zodiac signs readings will continue here like normal, but if you want just shorter daily readings, then follow me over there. The links are in the description box below. All right, let's dive in. Overall energy here, Leo, for your recent past. Don't let your past hold you back. It's kind of funny because I just heard when that card came out, Leo's been through some shit. That's what I heard. And I think that you've been through a lot of things that would typically break a person. But I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that has risen above a lot of things. You believe in the impossible if nothing is yet set in stone. You've risen above a lot of things. And I think that you've risen above them in ways that, yes, it's taken you a lot of courage and a lot of strength. But outside of that, I feel like these things have transformed you kind of at your core, but in a good way. It might not have felt good at the time, but I feel like this person that you're stepping into is full of so much possibility, I guess is a good way of putting that. And now it's like with the believe in the impossible and nothing is yet set in stone, it's like, it sounds kind of cheesy, but like the world is your oyster kind of thing. Like you have opened up a lot of opportunity for yourself because of this person that you have stepped into. And it doesn't mean that you need to look back at the things you've been through and been like, oh, I'm so grateful for those difficult times, because it's not entirely fair, right? Like I think that we can see the purpose in our pain, but it doesn't mean that we like want to relive it. But I do feel like you're opening yourself up to some pretty cool energy here, Leo. All right, current energy for you. It's almost like Spirit wanted to give me some background before I jump into this reading, because that's less about like what you've been dealing with and more just kind of feels like setting up this reading. Current energy for Leo. A personal issue reaches resolution and your commitment is being tested. Because here's the thing. You've been through so much and you're so sick and tired of going through stuff that I feel like at this point, it's really challenging for you to keep showing up for a situation or for the life that you desire when it just kind of feels like life keeps knocking you down. But here's where I feel here's what I feel is really important to this, especially with a personal issue reaches resolution, is you are on the verge of some sort of a breakthrough. And I don't necessarily know what that entails or what that implies, but that's what I feel. I feel like you're on the edge of breaking out of whether it's an old cycle or there's a paradigm shift happening. I'm not quite sure. Paradigm shift has come through a lot in my readings, this round of readings for September, and I feel like a lot of people are going through that. I don't know if there's just a wave of awakening that's happening, or if like what's going on, but I do feel like things are shifting a lot. And I think that what I've really learned is right before some sort of a major shift, things feel really hard. It feels overwhelming and heavy and like you're not moving and getting anywhere. So you might be in that energy right now of like feeling this stagnancy and just feeling like, man, I've been through so much and I've overcame so much and it just feels like it doesn't matter. Like that's, I kind of feel like the energy that you're dealing with. But as you're moving forward, I think that you'll start to see, it's like starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. What does Leo need to know moving forward? Whoa. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Communication is key. Don't let pride get in your way. Ooh, okay. So here's the thing. I feel like you're about to become very aware of how powerful you really are. And I don't mean that in like an ego way, not where you have all of this power over others. Maybe in certain positions, maybe for some of you, like you're gaining certain power over others, maybe like a leadership position, things of that nature. And I mean, Leo, Leo is very much this natural born leader energy. And I feel like as you're moving, because it feels like you're stepping into a really big role here. I don't know if it's a role for somebody or just like this role of really taking charge of your life. And I think that with that comes a lot of responsibility of making sure that you keep your ego out of it. And I don't mean that in the sense that you will intend to bring ego into it, but also that ego can slip in when we least expect it, right? So it's like becoming aware of how powerful you are, but making sure you kind of check your ego at the door and you step into this role in a way that is, I don't know if it's like in service or in a humble way, where it's like, I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been through some stuff. And now that I'm here, I want to help other people get through some stuff. Or I don't necessarily know. I don't know. But I do feel overall you're about to become very aware of how powerful you really are. Because I mean, you're a divine being having a human experience, and part of, the journey to stepping into your full potential is about remembering that, not taking back your power from a world who has taken it from you. And I think that you've been on a journey of doing that. This is a very interesting read. Okay, overall theme of this for Leo. Lucky. It's like your luck is changing. But it's not luck necessarily. It's not like, oh, all of a sudden you're getting lucky. This is, you've kind of walked through hell here, and I feel like you're coming out the other side, and you're starting to see how much is opening up for you because of how much you have walked through. You have this veiled card too. So I do feel like also there are certain opportunities or truths that are still almost being hidden from you. Not necessarily in a trying to trick you kind of way, but more so in just a divine timing kind of way. I feel like everything is aligning right now, and more is going to be revealed to you as you move forward on this path. This is a really interesting reading. I don't know. Let's see. Leo, let's dive into this. Let's look at what you've been dealing with, because I feel like this past energy feels really important for the reading itself. It's like never forget where you came from type of thing. All right, past energy for Leo. Being a Leo myself, I do think that Leos get this bad rep of being super self-absorbed and only care about themselves. And I mean, maybe this is biased because I am Leo, but I actually think that Leos can be some of the most humble, selfless people that I've met. And I think that when they do step into their own and they experience this shift in like confidence, I feel like this sounds like I'm so full of myself now, but I feel like it intimidates other people. Like your light intimidates other people. And I think that that goes for anybody. But for some reason for Leos, like it just feels like guys get a bad rep. The Hermit here. This was definitely a period of like isolation. 7 of Wands in reverse. See, there's a lot of self-doubt in this energy. A lot of self-doubt. 7 of Pentacles. What is the 7 of Pentacles talking about, though? Ace of Wands in reverse. So this was definitely this period of like healing and self-reflection and like a lot of growth, maybe even getting very honest with yourself about things that you need to change, toxic patterns and unhealthy mindsets and things of that nature, which is part of the healing journey. Healing isn't just about healing from what others have done to you, but it's also about getting real with yourself about what needs to shift within. And I think that that is a phase of healing that a lot of people like to skip over. But I do feel like this was a period for you of doing that self-reflection, doing that shadow work, really looking at yourself through an honest lens. And I think that when you start to do that, sometimes it does bring like a lot of guilt and shame up, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person. Look at all these mistakes I've made and all of these flaws that I have. Everybody has them. Everybody has a shadow. Everybody has things that they're ashamed of, but a lot of people bury it, right? And I feel like this was really a period of facing those things with, like I said, with an honest lens and an open mind here. Now, I do think that sometimes we can get a little lost in that. We get lost on the self-improvement journey and always trying to make ourselves better and make ourselves, essentially to reach for that perfection. And I don't think that you really realize, Leo, that perfection is not attainable. You are not here to be perfect. You are always going to be inherently flawed. But that doesn't mean you're not deserving, worthy, or capable of the things that you desire. And that's where we really discover our power, is when we realize that we're not powerful because of who we've become, but we've been powerful all along, and we reclaim it the second that we stop waiting for other people to see it in us and we start seeing it in ourselves. And that's what I feel like this journey has really been about for you, is like reclaiming your power. And it's like you're on that shift of letting these things hold you back. It's like sometimes you realize that your flaws can be your greatest strengths. I don't know. This is interesting. Current energy for Leo. So you're on the verge of a shift. The Ten of Pentacles. This is within reach. The Strength. But yeah, I mean, because the World in reverse was there with that Strength, but I didn't take it. Let me get one more here. The Ten of Wands. And then the Devil. Okay. This Ten of Pentacles is in reach. Pay attention right now to, and this is going to come across as maybe a little bit harsh, but I feel like it needs to be said. Pay attention to the ways that you have self-sabotaged in the past. And not in the sense that you've self-sabotaged on purpose, but because I feel like certain opportunities and situations that are coming around, it kind of feels like there's these tests almost. These tests for you to show up as the version of yourself that you're stepping into instead of the version of yourself that you're moving away from. And it doesn't mean that that version of you is any less worthy and deserving or lovable, right? But growth is part of not just realizing how we need to grow, but actually taking that and applying it. So I feel like this Ten of Pentacles is very much in reach. However, I do feel that the harder that things get and the more overwhelmed and frustrated and, just heavy that things feel and that you start to feel, I feel like that's typically when our self-sabotage starts to creep in, right? Where we start to give into the fear and give into the self-doubt. We start to not take action, or we, react rather than respond. Yeah, you're on the verge of something really big here. Don't let self-sabotage get in the way. However that resonates for you. Don't let self-sabotage get in the way. I don't know. What does Leo need to know moving forward? Because it sounds kind of weird, but it's like this is like a final test. It's almost like this, it's like, now's the time for you to prove that you are the person that you say that you are. And it doesn't mean that you've been lying about the person that you are or anything like that, but it's almost like there are certain opportunities where it feels like this final test almost. Because what you're stepping into a role of great responsibility, and it's like, are you ready? Are you capable of bearing it? And you are already, absolutely. But even if there are imposter syndrome starts to arise, or feelings of inadequacy, or feelings of not being good enough, like if these things start to arise, recognize them. It's not about shoving them down or pushing them away. Recognize it. Don't act from those places, right? Act from this belief that you are worthy and deserving, that you are supported, that you are guided, that you are capable. And I think that you're going to be really surprised at how things turn out. What does Leo need to know moving forward? Pay attention to the ways you self-sabotage. Excuse my sniffles. I'm still healing from a cold. I've been sick for like over a week now. I don't feel sick anymore. I just have these symptoms that just will not seem to go away. The devil. The devil is the only thing that holds you back, but it's not the devil out there. It's not that person or that. It's the devil in you. It's the devil in you, Leo. We all have a devil in us, okay? We all have the part of us that we're ashamed of, the part of us that, chooses addiction and chooses self-sabotage and allows fear to control us. We all have a devil, okay? It's like the angel devil on the shoulder kind of thing. The devil in you is the only thing that can hold you back. Interesting. Maybe this is talking about addiction too. Maybe addiction or like an attachment, an unhealthy attachment, or unhealthy habits or patterns, right? That's often what the devil represents. Devil's the only thing that can stand in your way though, but it's not an outward energy. It's not a devil out there. It's not an ex, okay? If that comes to mind, it's not an ex. It's not a person. It's not a thing out there. That's what's so important, because I think that's what your power, reclaiming your power is about, is understanding that nothing can stand in the way of the things that you desire but you. We can blame other people, and other people can obviously try to deter us and things of that nature, but if you show up with your integrity and with your intentions, believing that you are supported and guided, even if it doesn't always feel like it, you create miracles. But understand that the only thing holding you back is the devil in you, not a devil out there. Not a devil out there. Okay. I don't know. That was important for somebody. Because remember, other people in our life are a reflection of what's going on within us anyway. Look at this. This is my favorite card in tarot. 8 of Swords in reverse. This is freedom. Breaking yourself free from limiting beliefs that have kept you trapped. Oh, this energy is so exciting. Page of Swords. It's like this giddy, exciting, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is really happening kind of energy. What is this, Leo? Man, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued for sure. But I also feel that one of the things that's really important for you to know is that this is very meant for you, whatever these opportunities are, because there are certain things hidden from you, right, with this veiled energy. This is very meant for you. But it's a product of you stepping into the version of yourself that you're becoming. So right now, what you're needing to focus on is showing up as that version of you in every single moment, even in little situations. The version of you that is patient, that is kind, that is, but also like, that is, protective and honest and vulnerable. Like there's a balance there. So I don't know. I think that this is really exciting. You're on the verge of something great. Pay attention to your self-sabotage. That is the only thing that can get in the way. It's nothing outside of you. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into this, looking at what you can do right now, need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. But before I end this video, I just want to reiterate that I am hosting a workshop on September 19th. The full title of this workshop is Manifesting Financial Freedom, Transform Your Relationship with Money. I'm very excited about this workshop. I used to be a financial advisor. Now I'm obviously a spiritual coach, and I still help people with their financial lives, but in a very different way. And this workshop's going to be a bit of a combination of the practical and the spiritual, which is funny because you literally have balance, spirituality, and practicality. This workshop I've poured my heart and soul into it. I've been so I've been putting it off for a long time because I knew that it was going to be a big one for me. So I'm very excited about it. It's on September 19th, a Friday at 6 p.m. If you cannot make it live at 6 p.m. Central Time, if you cannot make it live, but you still wish to be a part of it, you can purchase a ticket and you will receive a recording and all of the materials the next day. So any information for that is at the very top of the description box below, and I obviously hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much, Leo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. Bye, Leo.